Hey YT, it's Naya, and I wanted to come and show you my MSF collection. Now, this video was being prompted by none other than one of our own YT gurus, and that is Miss Holmique. Really, I am coming to show and tell her that I blame all of this on her. I was in the hunt for the MSF, the infamous Stereo Rose, and when I seen it, you know, it was one of those things that everybody heard about. Stereo Rose, everybody wanted it, but it was so hard to get. And I had finally come across Stereo Rose, and I was like super stoked. One of the girls in the makeup group had it, and she was willing to sell it to me. I got it, and then shortly thereafter, MAC decided to re-release it. So, of these MSFs that I am going to show you, some of these, or the vast majority of these, are limited edition, but they are still floating around. A lot of them you can find on eBay, but of course, you know, on eBay, the prices are ridiculous. So definitely check on Instagram. People are selling them there. You probably can get some of these at a fairly decent price. So Holmique, this video is more for you, but to definitely show everybody what these MSF look like, what they swatch like, the different things that you can utilize these for. So like I said, the very first one that I wanted was Stereo Rose. And this is the one that the young lady on the makeup group sold me. So there is a Stereo Rose. And then, like I said, MAC turned around and re-released it. So I'm going to show you the re-release of Stereo Rose against the previous. So here is the re-released one. And here is the older version of it. And I think that they're pretty much the same. So I probably could have passed and not gotten the re-promote. But of course I did. If you don't know, MSF is the shortened version for Mineralize Skin Finish, and when you hear people say MSFN, they are referring to Mineralize Skin Finish Naturals. From the research that I've done, I think on Holmique's channel, she stated that there were 41 limited edition ones that have been bought out. Another blog that I looked at had 31, and I am currently missing 8. So as I go through these, at the end I will tell you the 8 that I'm missing. And if you guys happen to know anyone who has any of these in their possession and they decide they want to sell them, you can give them my name and they can possibly inbox me, and maybe I can finish this collection. But here is a Stereo Rose swatched on my finger. And here it is, swatched out on my arm. And it's like a really pretty kind of pinky, peachy coral kind of thing. And MSFs are great because you can utilize them for a finishing powder. You can utilize them to contour with. You can utilize them to bronze with. You can utilize them to highlight. So they are very multifunctional. And yes, they range about, I think it's $28 to $30 on the website. So some of them are a little more glittery than others, and like Holmique said in her video, some of them, especially the ones that are heavily glittery, you may experience that on the top, and then as you're using it, some of that glitter kind of mellows out, or you may have less on the top and more at the bottom. No two MSFs are ever going to be exactly the same. It's just the way that they form in the pan. Some of the striations are a little bit different. Some are a little deeper. Some are less deep. So we will go through that. So that is Stereo Rose. the next one, and I managed to pick a lot of these up in blog sales. I'm like a stalker now. I stalk blog sales for MSFs, especially the ones that I'm looking for, and more so because of Holmique, because she showed some amazing ones and I wanted to get those. So those were like the first ones I sought out. In the blog sales, I'm finding them price wise anywhere from $20 up to, at the most that I've paid thus far is probably $40. So this very next one is called Soft and Gentle, and this one you can get in the store. So there is a Soft and Gentle, and I will give you guys swatches of all of these. So here is Soft and Gentle swatched out on my arm. And I'm going to do these swatches kind of heavily so that you definitely can see what they look like. This next one, which I think is really pretty, and I love Holmique because of her. Like I said, this is why this video is occurring. But this next one is called Petticoat. And as you can see kind of like some of the cranberry, some of the like copper, some pink. It's just gorgeous. When MAC just released the latest MSFs, there was one called Lust, and I did not get that one because I kept hearing people say that it swatches just like Petticoat. And as you can see, it's kind of like a pinky, little bit of pink peeks through, some of the cranberry peeks through. Really, really gorgeous. Will be great as highlights or blushes. This very next one, I got this one because I don't own the infamous Metal Rock. I know that if I ever find that one, it is probably going to cost me an arm and a leg. But I got this one because of the fact that this center piece of it, and this is like a tricolored one, and this one is called Warm Blend. This middle strip is the color of Metal Rocks. So I figured if I never get Metal Rocks, that's probably as close as I'm going to get. So with this one, you could use, I'm going to swatch all 3 strips for you. So there are the 3 different colors that are in Warm Blend. And there are those 3 right there. So I really, really like Warm Blend, and I'm hoping that you guys are being able to see the true color, because, you know, me and lighting sucks. I'm going to move this and see if that helps a little more. This next one is called Gold Deposit. This one is permanent, so you can go into the store and pick this one up, and it is just beautiful. Has some gold striations running through it. So there is Gold Deposit on the finger, and there it is swatched out on my arm. Alright, this next one I have is called Smooth Merge. Really, really pretty. And a lot of them, like I said, I got them almost literally brand new. A lot in the boxes, some still with the inserts. But there is Smooth Merge. It is another one of those tricolored ones. And here are the 3 colors in there. And I'll put all 3. So there they are, swatched out on my arm. So those are the 3 shades in Smooth Merge, and if you blend them together, you will get this. Really, really gorgeous. And I should have done that for Warm Blend, so let me grab it right quick and give you a swirl of all 3 together. So that would be all 3 of the shades in Warm Blend blended together. Really, really gorgeous. Let me grab a wipe and clean off my arm here. Okay, so this next one that I have is called Champagne, and Champagne looks like this. Really pretty highlight color. And I am an NC50 for reference, so a lot of these, or some of these, I will definitely be using more as highlights and possibly as eyeshadows. You can use these as eyeshadows also. This next one came out when they had a collection called Blonde, Brunette, and Redhead, and so here is Redhead. And if you can tell, it goes from light, medium to dark on those. So let's see if I can get all three. So there are the three different shades in that one. And as you can see, light, medium, and dark. And there it is, all blended together. This next one that I have is called Northern Lights, and I just got this one on Friday. And here is Northern Light. Really gorgeous. And here it is swatched out on my arm. This next one I have is called So Ceylon, and this, I love this one. And that is what So Ceylon looks like. And this one I probably could use as a blush and possibly a bronzer. There is a So Ceylon. This next one I have is called By Candlelight, and this is just beautiful. I just love this one. So there is By Candlelight. And there it is swatched out on my arm. This next one I have is called Light Flush. And Light Flush looks like this. And so far I've been pretty lucky. I haven't had too much problem with like glitter. So there is a swatch of Light Flush. This next one that I have is called Refined. And Refined looks like this. And there it is swatched out on my arm. Up again. This very next one that I have is called Warmed. And this one I feel like I can use this as a bronzer. So that is Warmed. And there it is swatched out on my arm. This next one is called Triple Fusion. And here is Triple Fusion. Once again, it's a tricolor. So you have this real pretty gold, kind of peachy color in the middle and a pinky peach at the top. So that is those three colors. And there they are swatched on my arm. And there it is swatched all together. So that is a Triple Fusion. The next one that I have is called Cheeky Bronze. And here is Cheeky Bronze. There it is on the finger. And there it is swatched out on my arm. This next one that I have is called Porcelain Pink. And Porcelain Pink looks like this. This is probably the lighter of the ones that I have. It has some gold, some like a duochrome of pink in it. And there is Porcelain Pink. This next one that I have is called Sunny by Nature. I went through a lot to get this one. So here is Sunny by Nature. And here it is swatched out on my arm. And this will go great against my skin tone. This next one that I have is called Blonde. And Blonde looks like this. Really, really pretty. And there are the 3 different shades in Blonde. And there it is swatched out on my arm. This next one has been re-promoted a couple of times, and this one is called GLISSADE. And GLISSADE looks like this. Has some blue, some pink, some gold in it. So there it is swatched out on my finger. And there it is swatched out on my arm. This one would be definitely a highlight. This next one that I have is called Brunette. And here is a Brunette. Also has that light to dark. And there are those 3. And there they are swatched out on my arm. And that is it with all of them swatched together. This next one was another one that Holmique talked about, and she was so correct. This is like so super gorgeous. And this one is called Perfect Topping. And there is Perfect Topping. I mean, it just works really, really well. And that is it on my finger. Kind of blend that out. And there it is swatched on my arm. You have some purple, some pink, some bronze, some champagne colors all working in this one. So this is super gorgeous. This very next one is called Comfort. And Comfort looks like this. And it has some underlying gold in it. So there is Comfort swatched out on my finger. And there it is swatched out on my arm. So I'm looking forward to utilizing Comfort a lot more, especially coming up in this upcoming winter. This next one, okay, whoa, I'm knocking everything over. Okay, so those are all the MSFs that I collected thus far. The ones that I am missing are GLISSADE, or GLISSADE, New Vegas, Gold Spill, Shooting Star, Naked You, Global Glow, Pleasure Flush, and Metal Rocks. and not in that particular order. So if anybody has those and they're willing to give them up, just send them my way. Alright, so then next up is the MSF Naturals, and I have 6 of them, and the one that I use the most is in dark, and these for the most part you can find in your MAC store or MAC online. And here is dark, and as you can see I've hit pan on it, and with the naturals most people use these as setting powders. So there is dark swatched out on my finger, and there it is swatched out on my hand. So that is dark. The next one that I have is called Medium Deep, and Medium Deep looks like this, and this would work for those NC 44s, 45 people. So here is Medium Deep on my finger, and there it is swatched out on my arm. The next one of the naturals that I have, this one is called Give Me Sun, and Give Me Sun looks like this. And as you can see, I've been really utilizing this one. So that is Give Me Sun on my finger, and there it is swatched out on my arm. The next one that I have is called Dark Deep, and Dark Deep looks like this. And here it is swatched on my finger. It's a little redder, orangey, and there is Dark Deep swatched out on my arm. And I think the last one of the naturals that I have is Sun Power. And here is Sun Power. There is Sun Power on my finger. And as you can see, it is a little more orange than, what was that last one? Dark Deep. So that is Sun Power. And then the next MSFs that I have are, I only have one from the Wonder Woman collection, and that is the Golden Lariat. And these guys are huge. They come in the package like this, and this is Golden Lariat. And with this one, you could use this color as a highlight, all over face powder or bronzer, and this bottom possibly as a blush. So there are those 3. One of them I didn't pick up too well. And that middle is kind of like my skin, but better. And there. So there are those 3. Hopefully you can see that last one because it blends really well with my skin. So that is the Golden Lariat. And then MAC has now brought out the Extra Dimension MSFs. So I have a couple of those. This first one is called Double Definition, and Double Definition looks like this. So that is Double Definition. This next one is called Glorify. And Glorify looks like that. And there are swatches of Glorify. The next two of the extra dimensions that I have is Shape the Future. And here is Shape the Future. And there is the swatch of Shape the Future. Okay. The next one that I have is called Superb. Told you this is going to be a long video, guys. So here is Superb. And Superb looks like this. Kind of rose gold. So there are the two swatches of Superb. And this last one that I have is called Whisper of Guilt. And there is Whisper of Guilt. Kind of a gold and a champagne kind of color. So there are the two swatches of Whisper of Guilt. And there they are swatched out on my hand. And then the last of these MSFs, because I've got a lot, are the ones that they brought out. And I forgot the name of the collection, and I'm not going to swatch these because you guys have probably already seen swatches of these. But this one is called The Center of the Universe. And it looks like that. The next one that I have is called Earthshine. And Earthshine looks like this. Really, really, really gorgeous. And of this recent, what was it, MAC Temptation collection, that's when they had this one called Adored. And Adored looks like this. And the last one is called Rio. This is the collection that I did not get the Lust, because Lust just swatches a lot like Petticoat. And here is Rio. Alright guys, that is... Oh, I have one more, and I have one MSF from the Semi-Precious collection, and the one that I have is the Semi-Precious Rose Quartz, and it looks like this. And most of the Semi-Precious one has that like center mixture going on. So this is the outer rim, and this is the center. And there is that Semi-Precious Rose Quartz swatched out on my hand. Alright, that is it. Like, do I need any more? Yes, I'm hunting for those other ones. I want to complete this collection once and for all, and kind of start fresh, not having to backtrack, because having to backtrack can cost you a lot of money. Alright guys, if you have any questions or any concerns, leave a comment down below. And like I said, if anyone knows somebody that has those missing ones that I'm missing, please give me an inbox or leave me a comment, and I will search them out to try and get them. And Monique, Holmique, my girl, this is all your fault. Love you. Bye.